It's time to speak up about hypertension, the silent killer. Hypertension is the single greatest cause of death in the world, and it's asymptomatic. As a result, you can feel completely healthy with absolutely no physical warning signs that you have hypertension. Approximately one third of the adult population in the U.S., over 70 million Americans, have hypertension, yet 20% of the hypertensive population aren't even aware of their condition or the devastating effects it could be having on your brain, on your heart, your kidneys, or other vital organs or tissues. In addition to the immense health effects, hypertension costs our country approximately $50 billion each year. This total not only includes the cost of healthcare services, but medications to reduce blood pressure, as well as missed days at work and lack of productivity. Together, though, we can prevent hypertension. But the first step is awareness. So stay tuned and we'll continue to break the silence about the silent killer, providing education regarding its causes, implications, and prevention strategies.
Hi, so I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking about high blood pressure. So high blood pressure, also called hypertension, is referred to as the silent killer. And this is because patients have no symptoms at all of the disease until there's some kind of permanent damage or life-changing damage, or really there's a life-ending event that has occurred. Now, many Americans have high blood pressure, and actually 1/3 of all Americans have high blood pressure, and only about half of this group has their blood pressure under control. Now, when your blood pressure is high, you are actually 4 times more likely to die from a stroke and 3 times more likely to die from a heart attack. Every day in this country, there are 1,000 deaths per day due to heart attack and stroke. Every day, 1,000 people die in this country because of complications associated with high blood pressure. One of the positive things, though, is these deaths are largely preventable with control of blood pressure. Now, I want to share a video with you where a doctor tells a story about one of his patients.
There was one particular young woman that participated in our program, and I had the opportunity to meet with her several times during the program. And she shared with me a lot of personal things about what she was struggling with, and she had a lot of financial distress, and that made it difficult times to get her medications. And quite frankly, controlling her blood pressure wasn't at the top of the list of her priorities. She was concerned about how she was going to pay her bills and take care of her kids. She was a single mother. And so, we sat down and listened to her, empathized with her, but also explained to her that, if you don't put your health first, none of that other stuff will actually matter. Because at the end of the day, if you're not healthy, you're not able to provide for your family, and the things that are concerning you or causing you a problem, you won't be able to deal with anyway. And so I think by talking with her, we were able to kind of share stories, understand things that she was going through and where her focus was, but also kind of explain to her the importance of her health, her high blood pressure in particular, and what the potential complications could be that would ultimately really change her life in a very different manner than what she could have ultimately envisioned. And so I think that was helpful for me, humbling for me as well, to be able to talk to her, understand what her issues were, and then be able to integrate that into her health plan to say, hey, we understand these things are important, but we want you also to take your medicines and to get your blood pressure under control. And if you do all those things, you'll be in a much better position to again, focus on paying your bills, working, and providing for your family.
So I want to talk about the causes of high blood pressure. Now, most of the time, we can't find a single isolated reason for high blood pressure, but we know there are several factors that lead to its development. So there are some factors that we can't control, like genetics. Some people have a genetic predisposition to high blood pressure. Also, advancing age. As we get older, our arteries stiffen up, and this causes high blood pressure. There are some factors, though, that we can control. So Smoking makes high blood pressure worse. It causes damage to the blood vessels and is a major stress on your whole cardiovascular system. Eating a high sodium diet. Sodium causes blood pressure to go up. So the recommendation is to cut out salt from the diet if you have high blood pressure. Being inactive. So physical inactivity leads to high blood pressure. Getting the heart and muscles working and pumping helps lower it. Drinking too much. So men who drink more than 2 drinks per day and women who drink more than 1 drink per day are more likely to have high blood pressure. So recommendation, of course, is to limit alcohol use. It's really important to visit your doctor and to get your blood pressure checked. There are lifestyle changes that we can make to really help get blood pressure under control.
Now that George has explained the causes of hypertension, I can start talking about the solutions. These solutions are simple if you just address the causes that George mentioned. You need to visit your doctor and start to adopt a healthy lifestyle. How can you start living a healthy lifestyle? Well, first, stop smoking. On average, smokers die 13 years earlier than non-smokers. There are many resources to help with smoking cessation. Smokefree.gov is a great place to start. Your blood pressure can improve within 3 months of quitting. Next, follow a heart-healthy diet. You need a low-sodium, low-fat diet. Sodium is in all of our foods, and 75% of our intake comes from restaurant and processed foods. Most Americans eat 3,500 grams of sodium a day, when really, they should only have 2,500 grams or less. One way to avoid having too much sodium is by reading nutrition labels and by using seasonings and spices at home instead of using salt. You can also eat more fruits and vegetables instead of those other high-calorie foods. Third, increase physical activity. The recommended amount of physical activity that a person needs is 150 minutes of moderate physical activity a week. A simple 30-minute walk every day can reach this recommendation and help to lower blood pressure. Fourth, limit alcohol use. Men should limit alcohol to 2 drinks a day, and women should only have 1 drink a day. Drinking more than that increases blood pressure. Team up with your healthcare providers. They want to keep you healthy to enjoy your life. These solutions are simple. They're basic, inexpensive lifestyle changes. These goals are very reachable. They are worth it in order to keep your life healthy so that you can really enjoy it. Here's a message from the American Heart and American Stroke Association.
There are moments in life we wish we could freeze in time. We live them. We live for them. They are intimately personal. They are gladly shared. What is life if we cannot experience these moments of joy, wonder, and happiness? We want people to experience more of life's precious moments. To do that, we must be healthy in heart and mind. For the heart is where life's moments are felt most, and the mind is where these moments become memories and are relived again and again. It's why we've made better heart and brain health our mission, and together we've made an extraordinary impact. Healthier adults, more active children, stronger survivors. But we are just beginning. Until there's a world free of heart disease and stroke, we'll be there, making a healthier, longer life possible for everyone. You may ask, why do we do what we do? The answer is simple. Because we are the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association. And life is why.
We hope that you have benefited from this presentation about hypertension and that you now have a greater awareness as to its existence. As shared with you, hypertension is often known as the silent killer because it sneaks up on people, and thousands of deaths each year are the result of it. Hypertension often does not show up on medical reports and goes undetected. Imagine it being similar to an invading army that sneaks up on a city undetected on radar or any type of form of detection and then attacks and destroys the city. The offspring of hypertension, high blood pressure, stroke, and heart attack are the resulting symptoms of it, most of which can be reduced or avoided. You can stop the invading army and prevent hypertension from setting in on your life. As shared in this presentation, high sodium diets, lack of exercise, excessive alcohol, and smoking are all contributors to hypertension. Also, those that are older, overweight, and with certain genetic conditions are at risk as well. Thus, we hope that you make the necessary modifications to your diet and lifestyle to reduce the risks and causes of hypertension. Your life is important. Your life has value. The lives of your loved ones are important too. It is so critical to be aware of the existence of hypertension. Please follow the admonitions set forth in this presentation so you can extend your life and enjoy it and enjoy the lives of your family members and loved ones as well. So please, in closing, see your doctor regularly, have your blood pressure checked, your weight checked, control your diet, and try to be active and healthy. In closing, our goal has been to educate you, inform you, and to make you aware of hypertension. We hope that we have accomplished this objective. In addition to this presentation, there are several helpful articles and videos available and the outline that accompanies this presentation. We wish you all the best in your fight against the silent killer, hypertension.